Good morning. This is the Get Up and Go Breakfast Show. My name is Dave Burney.
I'm Bern Apperson. Good morning.
And on the phone line this morning, we have Drew Gaffney with Broken Bow and Burwell Livestock Barns. Drew, good morning.
Morning.
Drew, I have to ask you a question. Did you go by Andrew?
It depends on who's mad at me.
Did your mom called you Andrew when you were young, when you got in trouble?
Oh, yeah.
What'd your dad call you?
I can't say that on this thing.
I asked that question because I happened to catch a video, and I think your name was on it. Was you in the dust storm?
Yeah.
That was a bad one. Was that on I-80?
Yeah. So, yeah, no, it was a terrible dust storm, and it's kind of crazy because the traffic didn't seem to want to slow down or stop. So, yeah.
Wow. That is a little unsettling on interstate. Doesn't matter what the weather conditions are, and visibility doesn't seem like they do slow down. But it looked like with the video that you posted, there was at least some people pulled off to the side. Right.
And then another video I posted, it was from a friend of mine, and he works on a feedlot down there by Amarillo, Texas. And they had a 50-car pileup on that stretch of road down there, and they had terrible fires, and couldn't get ahead of them between the smoke and the dirt and everything. It was just unreal.
Jeez, I tell you, the weather is a little strange, and we got a little winter weather coming back here. I'm sure the folks out there are thinking about those baby calves. Hopefully it won't last very long.
No, and that's just one thing about Nebraska. If you don't like the weather, just wait a couple days.
That is so true. That's not just a phrase. That is fact, no doubt about it. What's happening at the Burwell and Broken Bow Livestock Barns?
So we had 2 good days last week. Broken Bow and Burwell both. Broken Bow, we had a calf and feeder market along with the special weigh-up sale. Had 900 head of those weigh-up cows come through there again on Thursday, and had a nice run of those calves. Light run on those calves, but a nice test of the market. Kind of recap on what we did there. In the weigh-up division, high-yielding cows, we were 143 to 152. Feeding type cows, we were 134 up to 142.75. Those thin cows, 131 up to 133. Heiferettes was 150 to 250. And bulls was 164 to 227.5. And I called the fat cow market maybe just $2 lower, but everything else was probably 3 to 4 higher. In the steer division, we got in the calf and yearling division. In the steer division, we had some 496-pound steers at 380 to 250. Had some 513-pound steers at 395. Had some 547-pound steers at 375. Had some 705s at 301. And in the heifer division, we had some 488-pound heifers at 362, and had some 383-pound heifers at 392.5, and had some 500-pound heifers at 293. Got into the market there on Burwell on Friday. Had a light run of bred cows and bred heifers. Not a real strong test of the market, but I'll tell you how we got along there. On the bred heifers, most of these were April-May calvers. We were anywhere from 3,100 up to 3,650 per head. And then the cows, solid mouth cows, we were 2,700 up to 3,000. This week, back in Broken Bow and Burwell, again, got 2 big days. Got a special weigh-up market along with some cow-calf pairs. Going to be on the video. Got a really nice string of 29 head of those first calf Black Angus pairs, and age and source verified. And those are going to take immediate delivery, and you can buy those on the video, just like they're live at the barn, but you take delivery right off the ranch. Super nice set of those heifer pairs coming in on Thursday. And then back on Friday, I got a big special calf and feeder auction looking at about 3,000 head. Got a really nice string of those Sand Hills born and raised calves coming out of that Mullen country, and going to be a strong market there. Got any questions, give me a call, 308-872-1105.
All right, Drew, thanks a lot. Have a great week and great sales. We'll talk to you next week.
Thanks, guys.
Thank you, Drew. Drew Gaffney with the Broken Bow and Burwell Livestock Barns going strong here this early spring. And again, can't say it enough. It's so nice to have healthy, active sale barns in Broken Bow and Burwell. They're running a great barn and barns there, so we appreciate that. School lunch menus next, and Selma Public Schools today. It is made fresh chicken and noodles with dinner roll, baked pork fritter with dinner roll, Uncrustable cheese cracker, and platter.
All right, Loop City School today. Chicken nuggets or flying saucers at Loop City today.
Good old flying saucer. Sergeant today, beef and noodles, mashed potatoes, fruit cup, banana cake, dinner roll, and milk.
Gothenburg today, soft shell beef tacos, chicken parmesan sandwich, made fresh buffalo ranch pizza, fresh baked ham and cheese sub. Some of your choices at Gothenburg today.
At Ansley, they're having hash brown casserole, chicken Alfredo, and breadsticks.
Cozad today, Frito pie with barbecue bacon and beans, corn dogs with seasoned fries, or the pizza bar. Some of your choices at Cozad today.
And at the Prairie Pioneer Center here in Broken Bow, chicken Alfredo bake, sweet potatoes, biscuits, and fruit. The number to call, 872-6121. Let them know you're coming if you're bringing someone along or if you haven't been for a while. Or call that number to set up home delivery, 872-6121.
All right, some more school lunch menus we have for you. Arnold School today showing chicken fajitas on the menu today. Callaway School, pigs in a blanket at Callaway today. At Broken Bow today, made fresh chicken and noodles with dinner roll, baked pork fritter with dinner roll, fresh baked Italian turkey sub, and the grill station combo at Broken Bow today is a hot dog basket. Let's see, some others that we have. Litchfield today, meatball subs on the lunch menu today at Litchfield. And at Sandhill School in Dunning today, chicken patty on a bun on the lunch menu at Sandhills.
All right, the Broken Bow School Board met last night, and during the meeting, the superintendent of schools received notice that the electricity was back on. So they knew they were going to have school today, so that will go on as scheduled. They had some major electrical works to move, kind of the heartbeat of all the electricity in the school, and run into, as you might expect in a remodel, they run out of some wiring they needed, and so it delayed things. But they did get the power back up yesterday early evening, and so Broken Bow will have school as scheduled, and all the things will happen. They have also a state, I guess you call it, audit coming in this week, weather permitting. That is a 5-year inspection, if you will, and so they'll have power up and all of that. We'll have the school board story is posted on Sandhills Express, and you'll be hearing that story very soon on noon and 5 and tomorrow morning at 7. Also, I grabbed the Arnold Sentinel yesterday at the post office, kind of caught my eye. There's a trend going on, and I actually talked with Mr. Toby about it last night, and this is not happening at the Broken Bow schools, but so far anyway, because this trend is to unplug for learning, and the Arnold students will no longer be able to have their cell phones in their possession from the time they get into class and until classes are over. This took place effective March 3rd, and the Arnold principal, Allison Goodenow, posted a group update to students and parents in grades 7 through 11 that all cell phones will be turned in. Throughout the school year, they've found that many students are utilizing their cell phones to connect to the internet and their personal hotspots, and they're using their cell phones to play video games, listen to music, and social music entertainment instead of focusing on their academics. And she went on to say that they tried to give the students the privilege of using their cell phones during passing periods, but unfortunately, the kids kind of failed, and they proved that they are unable to stay off their phones during classroom time. So the Arnold students checked their phones in the homeroom at the beginning of the school day, and that's the new policy there. I know also Grand Island schools, some of the Grand Island schools have done the same, And they say it's a national growing push to ban or limit the use of cell phones for students in schools. I think most people out there are nodding their head. That's a great idea. Those kids need to pay attention in school. Now, is there some sort of rule we can have for adults? So that when you're talking to that person, they're not looking at their phone going, yeah. What'd you say?
That happens?
Yeah, it does. It happens in my house. It happens
Here.
Here at the
I'm guilty of it.
Place of work. I find it quite amazing sometimes sitting at home and I'll look over and Joan's doing a crossword puzzle or looking at a news post, and I'll be looking at music clips, and we're both sitting in the house together, both looking at our phones. And when you look up and look across and look at one another, it's really stupid. You're sitting right there. You could have a conversation. But schools leaning towards limiting the use of cell phones. And I wonder, too, now with these watches that you can have on your wrist that will tell you you've gotten an email or a text, how that will be handled. Technology evolves, and so rules will change. But with the latest from the Arnold Sentinel, the Arnold School, limiting the use of their cell phones. Kind of interesting, and it says it is a nationwide push. Also, something that's very distracting and unproductive is March Madness, and that begins today. You may know that. The first 4 games tip off today and get underway. This year, Auburn is favored to win the men's bracket, and Duke falling to second. The first round starts on Thursday. Is there games to get in then?
Yeah, these are this is what they call the first 4.
Okay.
They expanded the tournament a while back, so you've got teams that are playing today that will then advance into the field of 64, which begins on Thursday.
So expect the productivity in the country to, cut down 40, 50%, something like that. I have some data on that if you want to hear that.
Sure, yeah.
If I can find it now. I think I highlighted it. Yes, March Madness is here, and no one is working. Not feeling well today, probably coming down with something. Get your excuses lined up now as March Madness is underway. A new survey found about 40% of fans have called in sick so they can watch the games. And let's be honest, even when you do go to work, you're checking the brackets all day long, not getting much done anyway. They say during the NCAA tournament, lost productivity amounts to about, actually more than $20 billion. $20 billion. That's with a B. As far as who's on top, again, the Auburn Tigers lead the pack on the men's side, and the UCLA Bruins are top overall on the ladies' side. I don't know how often the top pick ever makes it through the brackets because
it's tough.
You always have those Cinderella stories and unexpected upsets. But yes, $20 billion it's going to cost businesses out there for the March Madness. Plus, they're already playing baseball in Japan.
Yep.
Did you get up early this morning?
I did. Yep, I did. I got up and saw the first pitch.
First pitch of the season.
Yep. Cubs were ahead 1-0 at the end of 4 innings, and I'm like, and then they got ready to go to the bullpen. And I'm like, you know what? This is a really good time for me to go upstairs and get ready for work. And when I got back, they were down 3-1.
Oh, no.
So I knew for the Cubs, it's picking up right where they left off last year. Went to the bullpen, and it got bad. So I don't know what the score is right now, but they were down 3-1, I know.
What was they have baseball everywhere in Japan, so I imagine they have nice facilities to play.
Oh, yes. It's a beautiful facility, and, I mean, not an empty seat.
Oh, I bet.
In the stadium. Of course, with the Cubs and the Dodgers playing, a lot of Japanese stars on both teams, and you can imagine the big applause that Mr. Ohtani got when he stepped to the plate. So
well deserved.
Yeah, well deserved.
Yeah. Well, that'll be fun. I think getting baseball going is a healthy thing, especially this year. We need to be thinking about. Well, I guess I was going to say outside sports, but I don't know how many of the baseball games are actually played outside anymore.
Yeah. Well, now with these brand new stadiums being built, they can be played inside or outside.
Yeah. Open
with the
up
retractable roofs, unbelievable.
Yeah.
What facilities have become now? Just unbelievable at what they're able to build.
It
and
really
do.
is
Crazy.
Really is. All right, we're going to play the game real quick,
All
and
right.
it looks like we have a guest here from Arrow Seed by the name of Logan. So stay tuned. We'll get to Logan here in a moment. Good morning, Logan.
Morning.
Let's play the game, see if we can give away a food prize.
All right, March is Humorists Are Artists Month, and so we're asking questions about some of the funniest men and women in show business. Here is your question for today. What comedian was best known for his rant on the, quote, 7 words you can't say on TV? Surely Dave knows this.
7 words you can't say on TV.
Yeah, he went on a rant where his skit was 7 words you can't say on TV. So who was it? Was it Eddie Murphy, Richard Pryor, George Carlin, or Tracy Morgan? What comedian was best known for his rant on the 7 words you can't say on TV? Was it Eddie Murphy, Richard Pryor, George Carlin, or Tracy Morgan? If you know the answer, call us at 872-2801.
It's Tumbleweed Day, so win a prize at Tumbleweed or Cracker Jacks by calling that number.
You're listening to the Get Up and Go Breakfast Show with Dave and Brent.
Tumbleweed Cafe in Broken Bow offers delicious food in a family-friendly atmosphere. Open 6 until 4. Don't miss daily lunch specials and the Sunday buffet. Need a quick bite? Express breakfast is 6 to 11 Monday to Friday, and express lunch is 11 to 2. On the go, pick up a ready-to-go casserole for busy nights. For evening cravings, visit Cracker Jack Sports Bar and Grill. Open nightly from 5 to 10 with specials, appetizers, and snacks. It's all waiting for you on East Highway 2, Broken Bow.
We have Jay on the line. Good morning, Jay.
Hey, good morning, guys.
How are you doing?
I'm doing great. How are you?
Good. Are you ready for snow?
No.
Don't blame you. Maybe we can warm you up with a goodie here. Here's Brent.
Sure.
All right, Jay, what comedian was best known for his rant on the 7 words you can't say on TV? Was it Eddie Murphy, Richard Pryor, George Carlin, or Tracy Morgan?
George Carlin.
Of course it was George Carlin. You know it. And because you've answered correctly, we got a certificate that's going to get you a free food item at Cracker Jack Sports Bar and Grill, open nightly 5 to 10 p.m. So come on out and see us when you can.
Okay, sounds great.
Thanks, Jay. Have a good one.
Yeah, thanks, you too.
It is 7:48. Quick timeout. Back with Logan with Arrow Seed.
Your mornings sound better.
If you're driving in the car on the way to work, it just makes your day more enjoyable just listening to them.
The Breakfast Show on KCNI KBBN.
Hi, I'm Brady Beecham, Chief Medical Officer at Gothenburg Health, where we're doing what we can to make healthcare easier to access and more affordable. We've expanded our direct access testing. This lets you access critical tests like hormone panels, wellness profiles, even heart screenings with a cash price, no insurance or doctor visit required. With 34 offerings, people can get information and take steps towards a healthier future. At Gothenburg Health, we're helping people live their best lives. For more information, visit gothenburghealth.org.
Are you worried about fraud? Join Bruning Bank for an informative lunch and learn on fraud and fraud prevention. In just 1 hour, you'll learn about the latest scams, how to protect your personal information, and keep your finances safe. This free event is your chance to ask questions and get expert advice from Ryan Sothen from the Nebraska Attorney General's Office and Bruning Bank staff. The public is welcome to join us at the VFW in Broken Bow on Tuesday, March 25th from 11:45 a.m. to 1 p.m. Call Bruning Bank at 872-2757 to reserve your spot and free Subway lunch today. Bruning Bank, member FDIC.
10 minutes before the hour of 8 o'clock, Logan is here from Arrow Seed. Good morning, Logan.
Good morning.
Question for you.
I might have an answer.
Okay. This time of year, we're tempted, if we're expecting snow. Now, this one might not work because this is going to be a little windy. They're talking about blizzard conditions. But this time of year, when we get these early spring and even late spring snows, we have the idea of going out and sprinkling grass seed around, or maybe even before it snows or in the snow. How successful is that in your mind?
It can work in certain situations. It's not right for every situation. Native grasses, so like your blue stems, switchgrass, Indian grass, that type of stuff works really well to frost seed or dormant seed. And then you just let Mother Nature freeze and thaw to quote unquote plant it for you.
So you would broadcast that into the snow wherever you were.
Yep.
Okay.
But turf grass,
doesn't work that great.
Not great.
Worth a shot maybe if you just have a small area.
Yeah, small area. You know, it might work, it might not. You're not really going to be out a whole lot if it doesn't work. You give it another month and plant it and you'll be golden.
Should we be starting our garden seeds and making the little plants out of them?
You sure could.
Can you help with that?
Yeah, we've got all sorts of garden seeds in, and we do have the little starter trays. Also, and we have the seedling starter, medium or material or potting soil that works also.
I saw something on Sunday on the Sunday morning show. Martha Stewart was showing how she starts all the little seeds, and she has flats after flats. Now, she was by herself when she was showing this, but I have a feeling she has some help doing that. But man,
more than likely,
she does have quite a greenhouse and grows garden vegetables and different things all year long and starts them from the seed. A lot of us wait and buy the plants, like when you get the plants in. But
yep. Yeah, I mean, you can do either or, you know, if you have a little bit more time to play with, and starting the seedlings is pretty fun.
Yeah. And if you're rich, you can have somebody do it for you.
Yeah, you just have somebody do it for you.
Now, I'm not saying she does, but she has a huge outside garden and a greenhouse full, so you'd think she'd have to have some help there.
Yeah, you'd sure think so.
Yeah. But anyway, so it's fun to start seeds, I would think. Kind of get you scratch that itch for planting those things this spring, right?
Yeah, and then we get weather like we're going to have tomorrow, and that itch kind of goes away real fast.
It really does. So what do you have on your mind this morning?
Well, I do want to give a big shout out to the Broken Bow Police Department. We had a little issue yesterday at work on St. Patrick's Day.
Oh, what happened?
So we get a lot of folks that come in, vendors, reps, trying to sell us stuff.
Sure.
This guy came in yesterday and said he had authentic pieces of the Blarney Stone to sell us. For us to sell, good luck to farmers and
for good luck,
Fitting day for that, St. Patrick's Day.
Exactly, that's what I thought. It was quite the coincidence. And I got to looking at them and like something's just off with these, and the guy was real flighty. I mean, he wasn't very tall. He was just kind of
a short guy.
Kind of a shorter guy, and just something was off.
You have problems with short guys?
No. No.
Okay.
Did he kind of have pointed ears?
Not really. He was dressed in green.
Okay.
But St. Patrick's Day, who's the judge?
Saw
whatever.
A lot of green yesterday.
And anyway, made a couple phone calls, and one of the police officers came down and he looks at it and he goes, "These are counterfeit." And the guy, he was adamant they were not counterfeit.
Wow.
Because, he's trying to sell it to us.
Sure.
They were counterfeit. And he goes, "Fine, you caught me. They're just a bunch of shamrocks."
Wow.
So once we got through that, it was a pretty good day.
Okay. Well, you think of maybe let's see if I can transfer over to make that transfer. Clover is kind of goes with St. Patrick's Day.
It does.
Do you sell clover?
We do, and we've actually had a fair amount of people that are planting clover for a yard.
Now, that's interesting you say that. My son did that in his backyard in Chicago because it was shaded. There's trees all around his yard.
Yep.
He really couldn't get the grass going, and there was clover kind of trying to grow anyway, and he just planted the whole thing to clover, and he says it's great.
Yeah, if you use Dutch clover or Dutch white clover, it's the real short-growing, I guess I'd call it more like a ground cover type look to it. But you don't really have to do much maintenance-wise, and it's fairly drought tolerant, and it does tolerate shade pretty well.
And so you would maybe need to water it once in a while if it's continued to be dry.
Yeah, but as far as fertility and all that stuff goes, clover is a legume, so it makes its own nitrogen. Yeah, you don't have a whole lot of other inputs into it. And you might find a 4-leaf clover in there.
You could, and be really lucky.
So there's all sorts of possibilities. And yes, we do sell it.
Okay. That's not a bad idea in areas where you have trouble growing grass.
Yeah, and we do have a shade mix also that would be more in the grass realm of things that would do well in shade. But there again, it's a grass, so it's going to take a little bit more maintenance to keep it satisfied.
That's interesting. It's not a bad idea.
So, and you see, there's a big push, usually in the bigger cities, where there might not be as many resources to look through and whatnot, but there's usually a big push for the micro clovers in yards, which would be the Dutch white clover.
Okay.
So, me personally, I'd spray the clover out of my yard.
Yeah.
But to each their own.
Yes, exactly. It depends on what your situation is, I guess, but nice fill in maybe in a lot or something next to you where you don't want to, you probably don't mow it much.
You wouldn't have to. You can if you want to, but it's not super necessary. It's not going to get very tall.
All right. And affordable?
Very affordable. So the Dutch white clover, I think, is somewhere over 500,000 seeds per pound.
Oh, gosh.
So it's pretty fine seed. So it doesn't take a whole lot to do a pretty big area.
Okay.
And it's not bad at all. It might be $5 or $6 a pound, but when you only need a pound, it doesn't take much.
That's pretty good. Other cover crops that are going in this spring and summer. I know Jason mentioned there was some booking going on in that area. Kind of picking up there.
Yep. Yeah, we're starting to see the spring push. Oats are going out pretty steady right now, which it's time. Anywhere from now through the middle of through the middle of April to get your spring cereals. So that'd be your oats, spring barley, spring triticale, that type of stuff. We've had a fair amount of cover crops coming through that would be more multi-species mixes. And those are going in, that guys are probably going to either roll up into a bale later this year, or they're going to pasture it, because let's face it, we're in a drought.
Yeah.
Pastures are going to be lagging a little bit, trying to get going this spring. So the longer you can rest those pastures, the more productive they're going to be later in the season when you probably really need the forage.
Yeah, we kind of got fooled last year. We had a good start. Halfway through the summer, we were pretty wet, and the pastures looked great. Then they got a little stressed the second half of the summer and didn't get much water at all. So going into this spring, if it doesn't get wet, we're gonna have to be very careful, aren't we?
Yeah, you can make these pastures go the wrong way real fast, and that's not good, because less grass means more open spots. More open spots means more spots for stuff you don't want to grow that might not be as palatable to cattle or give you that nutritional value that grass would.
Question for you. Brent brought this up. We're having a chocolate chip cookie contest, as you may have heard, and we've been eating a lot of chocolate chip cookies.
Yes.
Yesterday, what did we do? Like 7 or 8.
Oh man, I thought it was close to 10. I thought it was 10.
I thought I was a cookie when I walked out of here. we had a rush yesterday. I think over the weekend people did some baking and brought in cookies, and Brent was mentioning that this contest is for our listeners and for participants, but it was also a payoff for us who like chocolate chip cookies. Now, how many people out there, because you sell the equipment to make jerky, somebody brought up, I think it was Tina, well, maybe we could have a jerky contest sometime. Do you think there are a lot of people out there that make jerky?
Yeah, there is.
So we could have a jerky contest.
You could. You absolutely could.
Hmm.
And if you want to make it real interesting, open it up for any meat.
Yeah, not just
Sure.
deer.
Yeah. You know, it could be anything.
Well, now wait a minute. I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't want a possum stick of jerky very bad.
You'd never know.
Yeah, I would. I just think if you ate a possum stick, you'd know it.
Well, you haven't caught on so far.
Oh, that's what you've been giving us. Oh gosh. Well,
No, I think it would. Yeah, I think I'd go over well.
Well, we'll give that a thought and see what happens. Certainly, we've had good luck with chocolate chip cookies, that's for sure, and they have till the end of the week to bring some more in, so we probably got some more tasting to do.
Yeah.
See, me personally, I wouldn't do the chocolate chip cookie. I would just do the cookie dough and just judge it based off the cookie dough.
Oh man,
when I make chocolate chip cookies, very rarely do they get to the oven.
As a kid, I used to do that. I can relate, I guess, but I didn't know adults did that now.
Oh yeah, that's my kryptonite. I mean,
that's great.
What can I say?
That's great. Out of time, but we kind of bounced around here. Anything that we didn't ask you about, you wanted to mention?
Yep. So one last thing, we are looking for retail help.
Okay.
You know, that's going to start getting real busy, and it would be really nice to have another body up front to help out. So if you're looking for a job, or if you know somebody that's looking, you know, we have great benefits, really competitive pay, and the hours are great, and you get to work with Jason and I. So what more could you ask for?
A double bonus there.
Yeah. But yeah, so anyway, if you or someone you know are looking for some work, come on in and see us, and maybe you'll be the right fit.
All right. Thanks, Logan.
Yeah, thanks, guys.
Thanks for coming in. Appreciate it. Today we'll be broadcasting live from A1 Auto in Arnold, and also Facebook with that. So be sure and join us for that. A little bit later on, Mark Stock will be in as well. So stay tuned. News is next.
You are listening to the Get Up and Go Breakfast Show. Go, go, go! On KCNI, KBBN, Broken Bow, Nebraska.
CBS News Brief. New information on Israeli airstrikes today that have shattered a fragile 2-month ceasefire in Gaza. CBS's Robert Berger is in Jerusalem.
They've been targeting all over Gaza. According to Israeli media reports, they've also killed a number of Hamas political leaders in Gaza.
President Trump set to speak with Vladimir Putin by phone today on ending the war in Ukraine. CBS's Holly Williams from Kyiv.
If Ukraine gives up some of its territory permanently to Russia, that could help secure a ceasefire. But many here in Ukraine and in Europe fear that would set a dangerous precedent.
NASA astronauts Butch Wilmore and Sonny Williams are set to splash down off the coast of Florida in a SpaceX capsule later today after an unexpected 9 months at the ISS. British astronaut Tim Peake.
The whole process will probably take about 2 or 3 months before they finally feel fully back to full strength.
CBS News Brief. I'm Deborah Rodriguez.
Do you enjoy fatty foods, sweets, and alcohol? Who doesn't? Unfortunately, all those things put a lot of pressure on our liver. That's why pharmacist, best-selling author, and nutritional expert Sherry Torkos recommends Active Liver from New Nordic.
The liver is an incredible organ. It works nonstop to process toxins and chemicals from our food and drinks, medications we take, and even environmental exposures. As a health expert, I'm often asked how to support the liver's natural detoxification process and offset the effects of fatty foods, sugar, and alcohol. I recommend Active Liver by New Nordic. This gentle plant-based supplement is an effective way to support your liver's vital functions as well as your energy and overall well-being.
With its powerful blend of turmeric, milk thistle, and globe artichoke extract, Active Liver is the perfect way to keep your liver healthy and you feeling your best. Active Liver is available in both a delicious gummy or tablet. You can find Active Liver in the vitamin aisle at your local CVS or online at Amazon or newnordicusa.com.
Here's a look at Nebraska news. In a story released by KSNB, the Merritt County Sheriff's Office was called to a fatal 2-vehicle crash near Highway 92 and 2nd Road in Merritt County on Monday at 6:38 a.m. According to the Sheriff's Office, the driver of the 2 vehicles were traveling southbound together on 2nd Road when the driver of the first failed to stop at the stop sign of the intersection of 2nd Road and Highway 92. The driver of the second vehicle, 30-year-old Jesse Bonds of Elizabeth, Colorado, also failed at the stop sign before colliding with the eastbound tractor truck with an empty cargo trailer traveling on Highway 92. The sheriff's office said Bonds was pronounced dead at the scene, and there were no other reports of injuries. The driver of the first vehicle was assessed at the scene and released. Neither alcohol or drugs are a contributing factor in this incident. This has been a Nebraska News Update. I'm Jack Simpson reporting for Central Nebraska's news source.
From the Fox Sports Studios in Los Angeles, here's Chris Perfett.
It is the 9th inning in Tokyo for the Dodgers and Cubs baseball's first game of 2025, and it is 4-1 Dodgers. It's been all Dodgers since a second inning single by the Cubs. 2 runs for Shohei Ohtani, Teoscar Hernandez with an RBI in this game. Yoshinobu Yamamoto has pitched 5 innings, 4 strikeouts, 1 earned run, and in line for the win, awaiting the bottom of the 9th, the Cubs coming up. The Nuggets ended Golden State's 7-game winning streak last night, 114-104. After the game, Warriors coach Steve Kerr said that Steph Curry is exhausted, could be due for some rest, possibly missing the upcoming game against the Milwaukee Bucks. The Knicks defeated the Miami Heat 116-95. Josh Hart tied a franchise record with his 8th triple-double. Mikal Bridges, 28 points. Karl Anthony Towns, 23.
Here's your weatherology forecast. A blizzard warning begins at 1 a.m. tomorrow morning. A high wind warning begins at 2 p.m. tomorrow afternoon. Mainly clear skies today, with daytime highs approaching 62. Northeast winds 10 to 15 miles per hour. Cloudy tonight, rain likely early, then changing to snow. Lows level off around 24. 3 to 5 inches of snow tonight through tomorrow. From the Weatherology Weather Center, I'm staff meteorologist Jennifer Wojcicki.
Since 1891, Bruning Bank has been committed to Nebraska and Nebraskans. Today, the span of their services has grown beyond what their founders could have ever imagined. One thing that hasn't changed is their commitment to their customers. Visit bruningbank.com.
It is almost 8 minutes past the hour of 8 o'clock. Let's go outside with Jack Simpson and see what it really feels like, Jack.
Well, good morning. 37 degrees outside under a sunny skies with calm winds out of the northeast. Barometric pressure at 29.63 with humidity at 73%. So far, no rain or snow received in the last 24 hours. The precipitation for this month will stay 4600ths. High yesterday of 76, overnight low of 39. Sunrise today was at 7:44 and sunset today 7:48.
All right, Jack. Is it getting lighter out there? Can you notice the day stretching out a little bit?
Yeah, the sun is directly in my face, so it's great.
That feels good?
Yeah, it kind of does, actually.
Got your sunglasses on?
No, I do not. They're in my car.
Oh, you better go get
Well, don't look directly at the sun then.
Well, it's kind of hard. I have my head down,
okay,
facing the ground, but it's still coming in my eyes pretty good.
All right.
Now, I have a question. So what's this sickness on March Madness? Because I don't know. I'm suddenly not feeling very well.
Oh, boy.
Oh, Jack.
That's just a joke. I'm not a basketball guy, but I figured I'd just make that crack. So.
Pretty good crack. Thanks, Jack.
You're welcome.
Bye. It is 9 minutes past the hour. Here's the Mavericks with Nicole Atkins on the Get Up and Go Breakfast Show.
Track, baseball, softball. The playing gear and fan gear you need for the season is in stock. Skechers shoes have arrived as well. Go check out the awesome styles. Plus Orca Wanderer tote coolers and Under Armour jackets. Great for track meet days. Plus, of course, braces, sleeves, and cleats for the athletes. Open Monday through Friday 10 until 6 and Saturdays 10 until 4. Gift for sports on the square in Broken Bow.
The Chocolate Chip Cookie Challenge has begun. Do you have a recipe you love? Maybe you know of someone who should enter. Either way, we're accepting entries through 5 p.m. the 21st. Just drop off 6 traditional homemade chocolate chip cookies for us to judge. The winner gets a KitchenAid Artisan Tilt Head Mixer and is crowned the Chocolate Chip Cookie Connoisseur. Read more on sandhillsexpress.com. We'll see you soon with cookies in hand.
Yes, you have through Friday. And again, on Friday, if you bring in chocolate chip cookies to be judged, bring them in sooner than later because we'll close the office up at 5 o'clock on Friday, and we wouldn't want you to be disappointed and come out here and not be able to get it in. And also, of course, we want to have time to taste those on Friday because we'll put all the scores together and announce on Monday who the winners are. So just that side note to that.
Yeah.
It's Global Recycling Day. Now, we were talking yesterday about junking up space. We're doing a great job with that. We're sending up a rocket a day, and according to the scientific research with the changing weather patterns we have and the warming of the atmosphere, we're shrinking the low area where the satellites can rotate. So we're kind of putting it all together, jamming it all together. Plus, we really have no way of disposing of that space junk. So someday you'll be seeing those pictures of the Earth that are so pristine and wonderful, and there'll be junk circling around the Earth. We just really haven't done a great job of taking care of things at times. We're getting better. Whoever heard of recycling when we were talking yesterday about going to the dump back when we were kids, which was basically a hole in the ground and you just threw whatever you wanted to throw away in there. Glass, batteries, furniture, trash, old rotten food. It didn't matter. You just threw it in there. So we've made some advancements, made some improvements. But recycling maybe hasn't, how do I want to put it? We recycle, but there has to be a market for the recycled things. And here in our recycling, we can't recycle glass anymore here in Broken Bow at the recycling because they can't find a market for it. And it really does seem weird after recycling glass to just throw it in the trash and then know that it's going to go in a landfill somewhere. We do plastic pretty well, but here's a shocker for you. We don't do it very well all the time. 85% of everything that Americans use is made of recycled plastic. And if you're using a plastic, 85% of it's made of plastic. Dirty plastic containers can't be recycled, so remember to rinse them out. If you've collected all the plastic bottles we throw away in a year in the trash, it would be enough to circle the planet 4 times.
Wow.
4 times. The largest plastic dump isn't a landfill. Unfortunately, it's the Pacific Ocean. The UN estimates that by 2050, there'll be more plastics in our oceans than fish.
Wow, that's terrible.
It is terrible. So we probably need to, when we dump that trash, make sure we've got all the plastics out of there that we can recycle and do our part. I don't know if you folks out there have seen pictures and or video of plastic bottles who flow with the current in the Pacific Ocean, but it is quite sickening. It's unbelievable how many plastic containers, especially your water bottles, are floating in the Pacific Ocean. It's just nuts. So we can do a better job. It's Global Recycling Day today. So you did get an update from a friend on your smartphone, and it's not good news.
No, first Major League Baseball game of the season has went final. I want to say thanks to my dear friend Mike Borders, who is a Dodgers fan, I might add. He texted me to let me know that the Dodgers did win 4-1 the final. So thanks, Mike. Appreciate that information.
Uh-oh. Off to a loss.
It's just one game, though.
Yes.
And tomorrow the Cubs play again, and they'll be 0-2 to start the season.
Oh, maybe not.
I hope not. We'll see.
Today at Ansley, there's a blood drive taking place. Starts up at 9 o'clock this morning and runs till 3 o'clock this afternoon. Also, it's Tuesday, so the food pantry in Broken Bow is open from 1 until 3. Tomorrow, it's sermons a la carte, and it's always held at the Broken Bow United Methodist Church over the noon hour and sponsored by different churches. Half-hour worship service, then a free will donation lunch. Those who need to return to work will be invited to the front line. It's sponsored by the United Methodist Church this time around, but again, churches are rotating and sponsoring, but they always hold it up at the United Methodist Church. They have a lot of room there, a nice kitchen and so forth. So that's taking place tomorrow. Don't forget about the fish fry in Callaway on Friday at the Community Center from 5:30 until 7. Delicious fish and good company and fun in Callaway this Friday. We'll be right back.
Hi, this is Andrew Mason. Normally I would say with Pearson PT, but that's no longer the case. We are now Rise Rehab and Performance. As you may have heard, Aaron Nelson and myself took over the clinic at the beginning of the year, and now we are moving forward with a new name. Again, it's Rise Rehab and Performance. Same location, same number, same awesome staff, and the same great care you've come to expect from us. You can come help us celebrate the change this Friday the 21st at our open house from 4 to 6 p.m. That's Rise Rehab and Performance. Come see us for all your physical therapy needs, and hope to see you this Friday, 872-5800.
Power Solutions is your one-stop diesel shop. Efficient and reliable work you can count on. From fixing major breakdowns to simple repairs or picking up parts needed, Power Solutions is here to keep your diesel pickups and trucks on the road. From in-house repairs to field calls, they are here supporting our local area. Power Solutions, located 2 miles east of Broken Bow, Nebraska on Highway 2. 308-872-5522.
At Pharmacy Chemical, we focus on one thing, crop protection, helping you find cost-effective solutions custom tailored to your operation. By prioritizing active ingredients, we work to provide options that fit your needs and budget. As an independent company, we source products and adjust programs based on what works best for your farm and spray program, because we know each one of you is unique. Pharmacy Chemical, precision crop protection, focusing on helping people. For all things crop protection, including excellent financing options, give us a call, 308-537-4412.
It is 21 minutes past the hour. A few other things coming up we want to tell you about. Again, we mentioned the chocolate chip cookie challenge is well underway, over halfway through. And again, yesterday we had, 8 plates or more, maybe up to 10 come through the door that we judged. And I know Christy said, I got to wait till after lunch to eat. Check the rest of the cookies.
I went home for lunch and my lunch is from 1 to 2. I went home for lunch. I just I grabbed an orange out of the fridge. That's all I had. I was so full from cookies yesterday morning. I didn't even feel like eating lunch.
I didn't eat either. I went for a walk.
Yeah.
I thought, man, I got to walk some of these cookies off. But we really have enjoyed
delicious.
it.
Oh,
delicious.
Thanks, everybody, for bringing them out.
Yeah, and keep bringing them. You have a chance to win those great prizes and have some fun with us. And, who knows? We may be having another contest for jerky, although before Logan Gerardin left, he mentioned on vacation recently he saw raccoon jerky. I'm not sure we want to go there. I know where you folks want to go. Rustic and Red in Cozad. It's that time of the month. It's Sip and Shop this Thursday at Rustic and Red in downtown Cozad. They invite you to join them Thursday. They will be welcoming spring in during their March Sip and Shop from 10 a.m. until 7 p.m. Sipping starts at 4. They're offering 20% off store-wide, up to 60% off the select ladies' apparel, and up to 60% off select home decor. Some exclusions may apply. Sales and a chance to register for their door prize will run all day. Plus, everyone gets a valuable coupon to use on their next visit to Rustic and Red in Cozad. And it is Thursday's Sip and Shop this week at Rustic and Red in downtown Cozad, Nebraska.
Well, we all know what has been happening in the recent past in regards to fires and such. And boy, we so appreciate our wonderful volunteer firefighters. And it is that time of year now for the Anselmo Fire Department to host their annual pancake and sausage supper. So join the local Anselmo firefighters for a delicious pancake and sausage supper hosted by the Anselmo Volunteer Fire Department. It'll be coming up on March 22nd this weekend at 6 p.m. at the Anselmo Fire Hall. Come enjoy a hearty supper while supporting the dedicated firefighters who work tirelessly to protect our community and respond to fires in our area and beyond. Your generous free will donations will make a real difference, so come on out, enjoy great food, show your appreciation for those who serve and protect us. They hope to see you there. Again, that's March 22nd. They'll start serving at 6 p.m. at the Anselmo Fire Hall.
Up next for you, some music from St. Paul and the Broken Bones, one called Call Me.
Vardy Pharmacy, Broken Bow.
This is April Good, proud to be with Lashley Land and Recreational Brokers. We guarantee you the very best exposure in marketing your property, averaging over 40,000 visitors per month to our website. This market is hot, but if you want a premium for your farm, ranch, or recreational land, you need your property to be able to be found by investors and buyers. If you are thinking about selling, call me, April Good, for a free market analysis and check us out at lashleyland.com.
Thank you, April. April Good. What a great name. All right. What some people like you and I need to do is find another hobby, a relaxing hobby, one that's rewarding. You know, anybody can watch TV. Both of you and I have been watching.
Is that a hobby?
Unfortunately, it's a habit.
Ah, there you go. Yeah, that's probably a better way to put it.
I don't know if it's a hobby, but there are opportunities to kind of expand our horizons through the Wild Rose Gallery, and they got a great session coming up, a workshop that will be fun and comfortable for any watercolor learning level person. They have a great instructor coming in for a 2-day watercolor workshop, Lester Lee, featuring his artwork here on the page. He is really good. And watercolor has a whole wonderful look of its own, warm tones, soft. He actually has examples here of an old church, old farm buildings, an old tractor. And sometimes, you know, when you see those in oils paintings, they kind of jump out at you. These are kind of subtle and just make you kind of relax when you see them. And it takes a special technique to be able to do that. And I don't still understand when you know you're not a great artist yourself and you look at a picture of an old barn with water in front of it and you see the reflection of the old barn in the water. That's magnificent. This is just wonderful work. So Lester Lee knows what he's doing. Full-time artist and educator, received a BFA from Utah State University and an MA from Brigham Young University. As well as his long teaching career, he's also illustrated several children's books and book covers. And he's also designed posters, logos, and covers for CDs for other local and national corporations. His work has been featured in many galleries across Utah and Nevada, and he has won numerous local and national awards. And don't let that scare you away, because it sounds like Lester is a wonderful instructor who will make you feel comfortable and improve your technique. And if you're a beginner, what a way to get started, right? So this takes place on Thursday and Friday of April 3rd and 4th, and it runs from 9 a.m. until 4 p.m. It'll be held out at Mid-Plains Community College, so they'll have plenty of room. But don't wait. Get in now. The cost for the 2 days is $125, and pre-registration fee is required of $50. Supplies, your watercolor supplies, paints and brushes, all will be set up for you. Get a hold of Teresa Haney at 308-880-2228 or Pat Smith at 870-0995. What a wonderful opportunity, Brent.
Indeed. Hey, do you need some fence repaired out there? Maybe you're looking at your fence going, yeah, that needs repaired, but when am I going to find time to do it? Well, Rapid Fence has your back. They pride themselves on quality, specializing in high tensile and barbed wire applications. They can also remove fence, clean up fence lines, and help with feedlot and corral fencing. If your fence suffered due to an unfortunate wildfire or you just need to update it, go with Rapid Fence. And here's how you can contact them. You can call 308-223-1320. That is 308-223-1320. You can also find them on Facebook for more information as well.
All right, we're going to talk sports real quick here. I don't know if you need this information or not. You're really good about remembering what you're programming, but we have some ladies basketball coming up. The Huskers made the big tournament.
The Nebraska women made the NCAA women's basketball tournament, and they will begin play on Friday. And so we will have their game for you on Friday, and we will cover them throughout the tournament for you as they continue to play. They'll take on Louisville in round one. That'll be Friday. Be a late afternoon start, 5 o'clock Central Time tip-off, I believe. Coverage on the Huskers Radio Network will start at 4:30, and that'll be on Friday as we cover the Nebraska women's basketball team through the NCAA tournament.
All right. Good luck, ladies.
Yeah.
Glad they made it. Give us some more Husker basketball to watch.
Yep, and the men the men have been chosen to play in the inaugural Crown tournament in Las Vegas, and so they'll start playing that on March 31st, and we'll have coverage of their games for that tournament for you as well.
That's good. They're not it isn't over till it's over, and it's not over yet for the Husker men's squad. They wanted to play some more, so that's good news. All right, there's someone in the lobby. I think that could mean more cookies coming in.
Oh, good.
Looks like cookies are coming in. Yeah.
I got a good rest after yesterday. I'm ready to go again.
All righty then. I'm getting low on milk.
Are you?
Yeah, I'm going to have to get another bottle of milk.
So what kind of a milk guy are you? You a 2%er? You whole milk? What's your choice there?
Well, growing up on whole milk,
yeah,
finally made the transition to 2%. And now when I drink whole milk, I feel like I'm drinking gravy.
Oh.
It's like thick.
Yeah.
So I stick with the 2%. And I just got a little bottled because our fridge, I don't know if our fridge could hold a big bottle of milk.
Yeah, there's only so much room in it.
But might have to just go get another small bottle because it's not going to last because I'm cleansing my palate between cookies with milk.
There you go.
And I'm not dunking yet.
Aren't you?
No, because
Okay.
I don't want to make you feel at ease.
Yeah, thanks.
Music coming your way from Lucas Nelson and Promise of the Real. And as soon as the guys get hooked up, we'll get a remote going from A1 Auto Repair in Arnold with Facebook Live as well. Breakfast Show. Brent, do you have any more live reads over there?
Yeah, I got one.
All right.
I want to remind you about the first annual Hello Spring Craft Fair, which is coming up this weekend. Going to be held Saturday from 9 to 6 and Sunday, March 23rd from 1 to 6. And you'll find it at 1701 Myers Road here in Broken Bow. Caitlin Gale Kemp will be there with Mary Kay. Kim Wheeling will be there with Tastefully Simple. Paisley Olchin with Paisley's Pies. Ginger Sponnell with Gigi's Goodies. Annie Ritter will be there with Annie M's Crafts. Holly Bumgarner will be there representing Pampered Chef. Maddie Bumgarner will be there with Melaleuca. I sure hope I'm pronouncing that close to right. Alice Conley will be there with Scentsy with Alice. Gracie Olchin will be there with Spring Photo Minis. And a little bit about Spring Photo Minis. You must book a 15-minute time slot to visit with Gracie. You can text her at 308-870-3654 for any questions about Spring Photo Minis. Again, that number, 870-3654. And Michaela Schweitzer going to be there as well with Triple B Bakery. So going to be a great time. First annual Hello Spring Craft Fair happening March 22nd from 9 to 6, March 23rd from 1 to 6 at 1701 Myers Road.
Aren't our listeners fantastic?
I think so, yeah.
A plate of cookies came in with a container of milk.
Oh,
They
there you
provided
go.
the milk with the cookies.
Ah, see, they were thinking of you.
Well, this is a little larger container, so if you'd like some, I can share. I can just pour some into my little container, and we have room for this container to lay down in the fridge. There'll be plenty of milk thanks to this great listener and contestant in the Cookie Challenge.
Thank you.
You want to dunk together?
No, I don't. Ew.
All right, ribbon cutting and grand reopening. You just heard about it with Andrew Mason here on The Breakfast Show with their ad, but we want to remind you again, Rise in Rehab and Performance is having their grand reopening on Friday, and it looks like a 4 p.m. gathering at Rise in Rehab and Performance, West Highway 2. What a great story there. Started by Becky Pearson and recently handed over ownership, made a deal, and we continue to have that facility and the great services in it with just a bit of a different name. Really nice people. We've gotten to know them because they come here on The Breakfast Show. And again, let's show them some support with the ribbon cutting and grand reopening on Friday at 4 p.m. West Highway 2. Also on Friday, the Ryan Rebuild Day at Ansley Lumber. All sales profits go to the Ryan family who lost their home and contents in February, I think it was on the 20th, a very cold 30 below night, early morning. They lost everything, and so all the neighbors and friends have really been supporting Leah and Logan, and they're continuing to do that with this at Ansley Lumber, and thank you to Ryan and Heidi for doing that. That's a nice touch there. And don't forget, too, you can also do your own tasting, your own judging. The Oreo tasting at the Broken Bow Library on Friday. This is for teens. They'll be able to try out different flavors and vote on their favorite. And we talked with Roland Sell yesterday about the Arcadia Methodist Church's family banquet. Arcadia High School gym at 7 p.m. And you get your tickets in advance because they need to know how many meals they're going to be serving. Sounds like a delicious meal, great speaker. And this is the 39th time they've done this in Arcadia. That's something. Then on Saturday, Broken Bow Chamber Banquet, and that will be held at the One Box Convention Center. The theme is Off to the Races. And Stephanie was at the Economic Development meeting yesterday, which I happened to attend, and she was talking about the theme, and there's going to be jockeys and all sorts of things that you can bet on and be included in and have some fun. They will not have a speaker. It's just going to be all fun off the Off to the Races theme Saturday. If you don't have your tickets yet, get them now, because she mentioned that they have the most tickets they've ever sold for this since she's been there. I think 330 some people already attending, but the One Box Center has big enough to hold more people. So get your tickets now at the Chamber office in Broken Bow, Nebraska.
There you go.
Music coming your way. I'm going to give you a choice, Brent.
Wow, okay.
Fortunate Son, Credence, Knocking on Your Screen Door, John Prine, or Promises from Eric Clapton.
Oh, man. That's kind of a tough choice. Knocking on Your Screen Door, John Prine.
I ain't got nobody.
on the Get Up and Go Breakfast Show. Dave and Brett with you, and just talk with Jeremy. And yes, a phone is not working. The smartphone is not being smart today.
Uh-oh.
And it says no service, and it's done that before when there was service. There's certainly service in Arnold. You know that. You do ball games all the time.
Yeah, good
So,
service there.
Jeremy has come up with another idea.
Okay.
So we'll close, and we'll go to, and you folks can do the same if you want to, do it that way, but we'll have it on the radio for you. We'll go to San